So the Olympics are here now, so you know what that means. Olympic basketball. Every time an Olympic basketball team steps up, there's always a debate. This team could beat the Dream Team. It's one of the arguments that happens every time. And it's just blatantly untrue. It's such a terrible, trash argument. They're so trash, and it's kind of ridiculous that we haven't gotten over this yet. It's kind of ridiculous that we haven't gotten over the fact that no team will ever beat the 1992 Dream Team in basketball. It's just impossible. It'll never happen. For some reason, we're saying that this team could beat the 1992 Dream Team, which is just genuinely false. And everyone's using these crappy excuses like...
Basketball is so much better now than it's ever been. I mean, the game is incredible. Jason Tatum did not start last night. He's better than Scottie Pippen. The 92 Dream Team, Larry Bird was shot. He retired 10 days after the Olympics. You had multiple guys on that team, who could not handle the ball and who couldn't shoot. Anthony Davis on this team's a much better player than Patrick Ewing. Give me a break. Tatum's much better than Scottie Pippen. LeBron right now is better than Magic was to me at 32 or 33 years old.
1992, Larry Bird was cooked. Magic Johnson had already announced his retirement. So I'm not going to let you all of a sudden be like, oh, back in my day. No.
Oh, but the Dream Team was old, and they had Magic and Bird, and they were old, and they were so bad, or whatever. But it's just not the case. First of all, Magic and Bird were the only two players on that entire team who were over the age of 30. They were the only two players on that team over the age of 30. So it was actually a much younger team than you even remember. And, everybody on that team was super effective. Everyone was good on the field, on the court. And also, if you look at it statistically, we're going to look at the statistics of it real quick. If you look at the plus-minus of the team for the season, the plus-minus of the current USA team is 4.92. That's the current Team USA plus-minus. It's 4.92. Want to know what the average for the 1992 Dream Team is? 7.7 or 7.07. And the win shares is almost double. Their win shares are almost double. This isn't even nearly the best USA team we've ever had in history. For example, the 1996 Team USA had a box plus minus of 5.68. The 2012 team, for example, with Kobe Bryant, LeBron, and Kevin Durant, that had 5.01. But for some reason, this current team, who hasn't even been doing that well, in my opinion, in the Olympics, supposedly we're supposed to believe that this team's the best team ever? So let's break this down. So, first of all, if you have watched the games, a lot of the times Team USA, the current one, barely scrapes by winning the game. Barely. They've had many close calls where they almost lost, which is not a good look, especially when these are supposedly the best American NBA players in the league. It just doesn't look that good. Also, the other thing that people aren't thinking about is who's carrying the load of this team. So for the original Team USA, the 1992 Dream Team, Charles Barkley was the one that carried the load, which he was a great player. I forgot exactly if he won the MVP the following year or he was like second place, but he was a phenomenal player. And all the players did super well. And you never had a time where they were like barely winning the game. They were always winning blowouts. Their average blowout was 40 points. Like, that's how many points they were winning by per game. It was 40 points a game. Like, they dominated the league. It wasn't even close. This team can barely scrape by. And you want to know who's carrying the load for this team? Not Embiid, who is like a consistent winner of the MVP award. Not Curry, who's like the best shooter of all time. Not any of the other players. I can't think, like Anthony Edwards, I think his name is. He's not carrying the team. It's the 40-year-old who's carrying the team. If it wasn't for the 40-year-old, these guys would be getting destroyed right now. How is it that this is the best team of all time, but it takes the oldest player on the team to carry the team for wins? That doesn't seem very good to me. How is that a good team? The oldest player has to carry the load. By the way, the oldest player who hasn't won an MVP award in 11 years. The last time LeBron was an MVP was in 2013. But we're supposed to believe that we're supposed to believe that this is the greatest collection of basketball players we could ever find. It's just blatantly untrue. It's just blatantly untrue. It's a terrible debate. And all the arguments against the 1992 Dream Team is just terrible. They're just terrible arguments. Like, they'll use Magic as if it's a negative, even though Magic Johnson was literally the runner-up MVP for 1992, barely losing to Michael Jordan. They make fun of Larry Bird as if he was an effective player. Like, yes, I get it, he wouldn't be great on defense, but you cannot admit that he wasn't efficient on the field, on the court. He was still making threes consistently. Chris Mullin, he was amazing. John Stockton, he was amazing. Malone, Ewing, David Robinson, they're all great players. They're all doing their part. In this current Team USA, they are not all doing their part. There's one guy carrying the entire load pretty much. And it just looks bad. Like, you have one of the oldest basketball players of all time carrying the load of the supposed greatest collection of basketball players of all time. It's just kind of cringe that this is even an argument. And I don't know why this ever has been an argument. No team ever will ever beat the 1992 Dream Team. Okay, it's the greatest basketball team to ever exist. The closest team to ever be able to beat the 1992 Dream Team is the 1996 team. That's it. That's the only team I could ever see reasonably winning a game against the 1992 Dream Team. Now, here's one argument that I can see, that I know that's already going to be brought up. That the 1992 Dream Team lost to a college team. Now, that is true. However, that is also the first time that team ever got to work together. So it's kind of hard to choreograph and work together when it's your first time. Now, the second time they played that team, they blew them out by over 100 points. So that just completely takes it out of the water. That just blows that argument out of the water. You have a college team who's been working together for an entire season, and they beat the Dream Team by a little. I don't even know how many they beat them by, but it wasn't that much. Or I don't remember exactly how much they won by. But then you're expecting me to believe, like, that's the reason why this current team would beat the Dream Team? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. It just wouldn't even be close. And then, look, like I said, look at the plus-minus. I'm going to put it on screen. It's not even close. The blue players are the 1992 Dream Team, and the yellow players are the current Team USA, nicknamed the Avengers. It's just not even close. Anyway, that's going to be the end of my show. I hope you liked it. If you liked this video and want to see more like it, give it a like, comment, give me your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.